Hey, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. What up guys, this is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today we are going to talk about another portrait of Pirates figure. This time round it is the P.O.P Neo Maximum Eustass Captain Kid figure by MEGAHOUSE. So for this figure, I think I have it for about 3 years now, should be around there, and I don't think I ever review it, so I'm gonna talk about this figure as a prelude to my incoming Eustass Kid P.O.P reprint version, the Sailing Again version, I think. Basically him post time skip, and that's been quite delayed because of all the viruses and the shipping and stuff, so hopefully it will arrive soon. Okay, so this figure I got it second hand, so it's not in the perfect condition, but it's still pretty great. And also I think for the price I got it back then, it was actually pretty decent compared to now, where all the P.O.P prices pretty much have been jacked up due to their newer releases. Alright, so this figure, it's rather simple, you can say. Other than what you see in front of you, essentially you just have an additional upper body sculpt, and the main difference basically is just that this one comes with a metal arm and this one is just him with the normal right arm. And obviously I feel that, you know, as a maximum figure, what is the point if you don't display him with this? But obviously it's good to have an option. Maybe sometimes you want like a tamer display, this is good too. I personally have not tried displaying him with this, but I will probably show you guys later how it looks like. And of course, on top of that, we also have the two different head sculpts with different facial expressions. This one is him kind of giving just a cunning and evil smile actually, and here he's laughing like a maniac. And personally, I feel that this is much more closer to Kid's personality, him laughing, and I display him just like this. This is how the base looks like, and here you can see it says Kid Pirates, and you have the Jolly Roger, and also at the bottom it says Eustass Captain Kid. The whole thing is pretty much just red in color, maybe at the edges it's a little bit of black kind of shading, just very minimal. As far as I can tell, this figure can't stand on its own due to the weight from the cape and the arm, so he will always just kind of fall backwards, and hence the base is absolutely necessary. This is the close-up of Kid's face, and I gotta say, honestly, the face is really well done. The details, the quality, I think it's amazing. It really captures Kid's personality very well, especially the eyes, and of course you have those details with the eyeshadows, the black lips. In case you guys do not know, just in case, the whole crew is basically they are kind of like gothic theme, hence you have all these eyeshadows things going on, and I think it's really good. Of course you have sort of the goggles that are kind of reflective, as you can see on the camera. The hair is very well done too. It's kind of hard to move this around, but I'm trying to show you guys. You can see there's some shading within the deeper parts of the hair, but generally this is really well done. I wouldn't expect any less from MEGAHOUSE. I took off his cape just to show you guys his body muscles, and obviously this is also one way you can display him without a cape, but I don't think we actually see him without a cape before, so that will be kind of really weird. But his muscles are really well sculpted throughout his whole body, and right at the front you have this strap which has a knife and a gun in front. So this strap is removable, so you can swap it on the other body. You can actually put it onto the other body, and you can see there's a hole here for this strap to go in. And honestly, I think for a figure that came out quite some time back, the muscle definition, everything is pretty well done and pretty good. So you can see all the details, and towards the back, how well the back muscles are sculpted. And of course his left hand He's kind of wearing this something like braces or bracelets, which are kind of interesting. This is somewhat movable, the one in the front, and his nails are also painted with those dark paints. It's kind of like I can't really tell what's the color, but it's almost in between dark purplish and black. Not sure if there's a name for that, but do let me know. I suck at describing colors. The details on the waist sash and the pants are also really amazing, and you can see them for yourself. Basically, some parts here you can see the metallic reflective paint, just a little bit. This is something like a belt over the waist sash, I guess. And even the sash itself, there are certain degrees of shading. Some parts are lighter, some parts are darker. And I think even for this strap, it's actually lighter here. This is not the natural lighting. This is part of it is from the coloring on the sash itself. And of course, the pants are kind of amazing because these parts here are actually, they're kind of carved into the sculpts, so you can feel this, you can feel the texture throughout. And I think that's honestly, they could have made it, you know, simpler, but they decided to make it more realistic, and honestly I appreciate this. And also you can see the shading. Some parts are darker, some parts are lighter. All this are really well done. Let me show you guys the back. And similarly for the back, this is how it goes. So I think this is more obvious here, the parts where it's darker, and this is his butt. And the waist sash, similarly you have those coloring and details. And towards the bottom, around the below the knees, you get this, I'm not sure if this is part of the pants or the boots, but it's essentially just red in color. And I think for this part it's more consistent in color. I don't think that's much significant shading. And towards the boots, it's something like a brown color boots, and shading involved in certain areas. And he also has a little bit of reflective paint in some parts. I think all this is actually really well done. Since I removed the cape, I can show you guys the back of the head, and I just want to talk about how well the back of the hair just connects to the neck, even though this is actually a separate piece. But this part is very natural, and I just like how this fits so good. This is how the cape looks like, and there's a certain weight to it. It is very steady and very solid. So when you put your finger to the touch, you can obviously feel all this texture that they have added onto the cape. I think those are very nice details. I really like how they try to make it realistic. Of course, with the addition also of the shading and coloring throughout, some parts are lighter like over here, and some parts are darker. Maybe it's not too obvious on the camera, but I think you can see a bit. Towards certain areas like the sleeves and also the collar, it is also very spiky. Honestly, it's just very well done. And for some reason, towards the bottom part, it is kind of more of a shiny paint. Maybe they're just trying to give it a little bit more variation throughout this clothing piece. And of course, towards the side here, you have this. I'm not sure if these are supposed to be buttons or just designs, but it is very nicely painted, metallic paint too. Kind of like a rose gold kind of color, silverish. I really suck at pointing out colors, but the painting is very well done in crisp, similar to the other side over here. And essentially they both just connect here towards the top where the collar is supposed to be, with this 3 spikes on each side. They are very pointy and spiky, very nicely done. And the inside, I would say less shading, but the texture wise it is as good as on the outside. And overall, this is a very well done cape well done part of the figure, and I would say it can compare with the metallic arm as the eye-catching area of the figure. This is the metal arm, and I'm not sure how I'm going to capture all the details on this figure because it's quite hard to get all the camera angles, but I think from this area itself you can see that it is very detailed, very well done. From what I can tell, majority of it is pretty much kind of in a, you know, like a metal kind of brown tint kind of color, and some parts you can see they try to add some sort of variation like damages to it over here, and some parts are maybe a little bit more reflective and different in color. I think this is almost a little bit lighter and more reflective, but you don't get shading. I don't think there are purposeful shading added onto this thing, but the details are just really amazing. You have gears, you have like metal plates, I'm not even sure what you call this, kind of a screw chains looking kind of things throughout, and sound like a tin can. It's all really well done, and I'll just quickly try to capture as much as possible, but to me this is honestly one of the, I will say, one of my favorite, I'm not sure how to call it, like a design from P.O.Ps ever, just by how much details they added to this. And you can see there's quite a good variation of items throughout. I can't name them all, but they are just really awesome. And like I said, certain pieces, you know, you can see it's kind of, yes, I guess they're trying to make it like damaged or better worn, or just, you know, natural looking metal, because sometimes metals, they have certain scratches on it too, certain color differences. So it's all very cool and beautiful. And obviously if you look at this is something like the hand and the claw, and they try to add more pointed metal parts to it. It is insane and worthy, very worthy of the maximum tag. This is how Kid looks like with the other body sculpts with the normal arms, and to be honest, I think that he still look really amazing and great here. He still looks badass, and he has that aura of the captain, and a crazy evil look from his face just adds to it. I think, in my opinion, I think it's great to have this option too. Maybe sometimes you are, you know, even if the metal arm, you get sick of looking at it and you just want to change it up a bit. It's always good to have another option to play around with compared to a fixed pose figure. Or maybe some of you also have space constraints, you're waiting for the bigger shelf to come and you can't fit in the metal arm, and you can display him like this for the moment. It's definitely great. Time to give the height of this figure, and I will give two heights. The first one from the bottom of the base to the top of his head. He is around, I would say around 24.5 cm, so about 9 3/4 inches around there. And to all the way to the top of his metal arm, it's about 30 cm, so close to 12 inches. Unfortunately, I do not have Kid's BFF killer, so I gotta make do with two of the other supernovas, the worst generations. This is JF Special, Jump Fiesta Special Luffy, and this is the 10th limited edition Zoro. So definitely one way is to just put all the supernovas together. I think for pre-time skip, at least you still have Law and Bonnie and Blackbeard, I guess, if you want to add him in. Just in case if anyone else is interested, other scale comparisons, this is the Grandessa Luffy, and this is the Masterlized Best Edition Trafalgar Law, which is along the same scale as your King of Artists, Master Stars piece, your Flag Diamond Ship, GNG, GMB. Alright, that's pretty much all I have to say for Maximum Kit. In summary, I think it is really amazing. One of the best pieces by MEGAHOUSE for the P.O.P series, and I think you should absolutely get it if you have the money to purchase it. It is pretty expensive now, I guess, maybe easily brand new, 200 plus, 300 plus. So try to hunt for cheaper prices, or maybe score a second hand at a much lower price. Okay, let me know what you guys think of this figure, and also if you're looking forward to hear my review on the new kit P.O.P. But personally, I'm not even sure when that is arriving. I'll keep you guys up to date. Also, I've been really very busy, and I didn't notice that I had actually hit 4,000 plus subscribers, and wow, I just want to say thank you guys. If you're watching this video, thank you guys so much for always supporting me, and I will try to keep it going. I'm gonna start work pretty soon, and probably will be pretty much busier, but I'll try to keep these videos going as long as you guys want to watch them. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys very soon, and goodbye.